Welcome to Gas Blowbacks 101, which is the second video in my For Beginners series here on YouTube. This video we're just going to be going over anything the very beginner needs to know about gas blowback pistols. Now, I wanted to start this series of videos because I remember when I was starting off in airsoft, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't find any very good videos for the baseline beginner, someone who knows absolutely nothing about airsoft. Nothing. There were very few videos. There were some, but there were very few. I think it's very important to make baseline videos about airsoft so that the new person coming in who knows absolutely nothing can get into it and start to learn no problem. So that's what I'm trying to do with these series of videos. Obviously, the first video was how to choose your gas blowback pistol. I think I sort of jumped the gun on that one because I didn't really explain a whole lot about gas blowback pistols. So that's what this video is. This is going to be pretty much everything the new beginner needs to know about gas blowback pistols, how they work, how they operate, what different kinds of pistols there are. And if you guys want to check out how to choose your first gas blowback pistol, that'll be linked down in the description in case you already know about gas blowback pistols and you just want to know which one you should buy. That'll be linked down in the description. Now, there's basically three types of airsoft pistols, the three main types. There is the Springer, which is your really cheap gun that you buy for your kid, to play around as a toy. That's a Springer where, this is an example, this is a gas blowback pistol, but pretty much a Springer, it just has a spring mechanism in it, so when you shoot around, you have to rack the slide back, to shoot the next one. Keep racking it and shoot. That's usually how Springers work. Now, and then there's gas blowback pistols, and then there's AEPs. Now, the gas blowback pistol basically is a type of airsoft pistol that the BB is propelled out of the gun by a blast of pressurized gas. Whether that be, like this 1911, that be a CO2 cartridge, which I have a CO2 cartridge right here. They usually fit inside the magazine, and the air comes out here and it propels the BB outwards, whether that's CO2, which is carbon dioxide, or whether that be propane or green gas, which I have a can of green gas right here, which is what powers this M9. As you can see, there is a fill nozzle right on the bottom of this magazine for the M9, and basically you have your can of green gas, which is basically propane with some lubricant added to it, some silicone oil added to it, so it lubes up your gun as you shoot. But you can also use propane. This also takes the smell out of propane, so that's why I choose to use green gas instead. And basically you just have this fill on the top, you just put it right where the nozzle is on the magazine, and you just hold it down for about 5 to 7 seconds, and then you should have a full magazine. So those are the two main types of gas blowback pistols. So now that we've covered the gas part of gas blowback, the next part would be the blowback part of blowback. Basically what blowback means is the gas being expelled from the gun, which is, like I said, propelling the BB forward, will also rack another round into the chamber just like a real pistol. The gas will also cause the gun to recoil and rack the slide, loading a new BB into the chamber just like a real pistol. So you fire a round, you shoot it, it will rack the slide back, load a new BB into the chamber, rack it forward, and you can just keep shooting until you're all out of rounds. And when you're out of rounds, the slide will remain locked back just like a real pistol. So that's what I would choose a gas blowback pistol over any other type of airsoft pistol because it adds the most realism to the gun with the recoil and the blowback. So that's basically how a gas blowback pistol operates. Now, one thing that needs to be stressed about using your gas blowback pistol, and this should be the first thing I should have said when I started this video, is always use these guns in a safe manner. I cannot stress this enough. You always want to be safe when operating any type of airsoft gun. This looks like a real gun. Don't look at the orange tip. It looks like a real gun. If a cop saw you using this and couldn't, it was at a distance, and he saw you doing this, that would look really bad. They look like real guns. They operate like real guns. They fire a high velocity projectile that can really hurt someone. So I can't stress that enough. Always make sure your magazine is unloaded when you're just using it. Make sure that when you're being safe, make sure there's not a round in the chamber. Rack the slide. Make sure there's not a round in the chamber. Keep the safety on at all times when you're not shooting it. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. All those basic safety rules that you need to follow in order to be safe with your airsoft gun. Okay, so now this next part is going to be about how to operate your gas blowback pistol from start to finish, from your starting point to your finishing point. I've already showed you how to load gas into the magazine. So that's taken care of. You have gassed up your magazine, and if you have your gun out and you're wondering what to do, just follow along with me. Now you're gonna obviously need to load your magazine with BBs. Now there's two things you could do. If you don't have a speed loader, that's going to be one of the first things you're going to need to get is a speed loader. If you don't have a speed loader, you're just going to have to load them by hand. But this M9, for example, came with one of these plunger style speed loaders, which are great. They work perfectly fine. You put the BBs down in this little tube right here, and then you use this plunger part. You just put this on top of the magazine right here, and you push it down, and then your magazine will load. I recommend the syringe style speed loader. Basically, all you're going to want to do is you pull back the follower, which is this piece attached to the spring that holds the BBs in, and you just put this on the end right here. You put the speed loader on the end and just push this syringe piece back, and your magazine will load up with BBs. You're gonna want to hold on. I got it at a weird angle now. You're gonna want to hold it sort of down at about a 30-degree angle so they load. Make sure they're, if it is a double stack magazine, which means the BB stack up side by side, just how it sounds, then make sure they're not messed up, just make sure they're all in line just like that. Now, next, what you're going to want to do. There's two ways you can load a round into the chamber. You can, as a real gas blowback, or as a real pistol will, it'll lock the slide back, like that. You can either put the magazine in now, and now your hammer is back, and you're ready to fire. There's a round in the chamber at this point. You can do it that way, or you can just put the magazine right in and just rack the slide. That will also work, whatever way works best for you, whichever way you prefer to do it. Either way. So you're gonna rack your slide, put a round in the chamber. Like I said, you can just keep pulling the trigger because it will just continue to fire. Mine won't right now because I don't have it gassed up, but you just keep hammering that trigger, and when you're on the last round, That slide will remain locked back like that. You can look in the chamber, you can look in this open ejection port here, see that the magazine's empty. Hit your magazine release button right here and release your magazine, and then you can just, there you go, charge it, and you're good to go. Turn the safety on, and you're all set. That's basically how it operates. It's very simple, it's very easy. There's really not a whole lot to it. Another big part of using and operating your gas blowback pistol is keeping it in good working condition. If you don't perform just general maintenance on these, they will not function properly and you'll have all sorts of issues, and you could actually permanently damage your gun if you let it go too long. Now I'm just going to show you some very easy daily maintenance ways to keep this in a good working order. Pretty much all gas blowback pistols will come apart. You can get the slide away from the frame, the slide being the top part, the frame being the bottom part, which includes the grip. They're all different, so I'm not gonna outline every single one and how you take them apart. It will outline that for you in your manual of your gun when you get it. So I'm just gonna take this apart and I'll show you what you need to do. Now, as you see, the slide is now away from the frame, and you have your spring, your recoil spring, and all your different internal parts. I'm not going to go into your internal parts right now because this is just a basics beginner's video. Now, you're going to want to clean it and lubricate it is the two things you're going to want to do. Basically, clean it, just grab a tissue or some paper towel, wipe it out, get all the grease out of it, get all the grease out from the inside. You can take it apart, wipe it all down. Then you're going to want to re-lubricate it. So you take some pure silicone oil, and you're just going to want to put it on these rails right here that are on the frame where the slide attaches, and then you can also lube up inside the slide where it attaches to the frame. Those are places you're going to want to lubricate it so then it will function right. Those are just simple ways you can get this gun to function right. It's really easy, doesn't take very long, not very difficult. Then you put your gun back together and it will work. So that's what you're going to want to do to keep your gun in a good working condition. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode for beginners here on my channel on YouTube, and if there's anything I didn't cover about gas blowback pistols, please feel free to leave it in the comments or send me a personal message here on YouTube, and I will get back to all of you and answer your questions to the fullest extent possible so you can learn as much as you can. I hope you guys learned something today in this video. I hope I did a good job in teaching you. I'm going to continue to make videos in this series because I think it's very important to teach people who have no knowledge of airsoft guns how to use them safely, how to use them so their guns won't break, and I think it's very important to get more people involved in this hobby. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and if you did, like this video, share, and also leave comments, and just give me some suggestions as to what videos I should do, what you guys want to see, because I really want to hear from you guys. Your feedback's important to me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.